Hi everyone, it's Shannon from For the Love of Paper, and I just sat down here to do a little craft, and I thought maybe I should just turn on the camera because it's been a while since I just did a little craft with no other purpose. I finished those two journals, and I have the, I always keep everything for that particular journal in a bin, like one of these little bins. So I just dumped both bins out and have the completed journals. So these are the scraps I did pull out of the bins and sorted the the larger pieces of scrapbook paper, and I pulled out the pieces of planned like book pages or for the signature that I did not use. So those are all sorted, and then these are just the more littler pieces. So I pulled out this receipt tape roll, and I thought I'd just start gluing stuff down and make a bit of a snippet roll with some of these pieces. A lot of them are strips. So I just turn on the camera and bring you along for the ride. I got this thing wound up, so I just need to make it so you can see. That's pretty good. All right. I just had this upside down on my mat. That's interesting. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. So this is a piece of washi tape that doesn't need to be there. And I'm just going to start gluing these strips. And it will turn into a snippet roll. I'm not going to use glue book page. I probably will sew over them, so I'm really just putting these down to use them. And make things out of it. This is not a scrap to keep. This one has nothing on it, so I can pull those out as I go through. This one doesn't have anything. I see this one here, this orange one. I'm just thinking maybe I'll put that there. So, yep, just a little craft and chat. I tend to get a lot of scraps from doing the journals, whether you're cutting the pages down to size or I think I will put that there, or you're like making collage pieces, so then you have littler pieces that you tore off. So I just want to use these. There's no point in keeping and growing the scraps, and it's completely okay if you go beyond. Like so far I've stayed, if that makes sense, on the edge, but you don't have to. And if I come back in to add more pieces, I think I just want half of that. I can also go over, like if I put little pieces of fabric on this, or any other type of embellishments, like after I've sewn it. So there's that one. I don't think I want the strawberry. Let's glue a little bit more right here. Okay. I think I might just tear this down entirely so it doesn't have that full rough edge. And I'm gonna put that there. There's that one. Let's see what we have over here. This one's too small, doesn't really have anything. This isn't really matching what I'm doing right now. There's this one. I think I'm gonna tear it. This is folded already, so I'm just gonna tear this off and add that there. It's Friday. I did not realize we spring forward this week until I worked for just a few hours this morning, and they sent us like a county-wide email that we spring forward this week, so you should change your smoke detector batteries or whatever for the annual change, and that's when I became aware that we are springing forward, which I'm not going to complain about because I am over the long dark days for sure. I think I'm going to put this here, maybe there, so some of that orange still goes through. And I'm going to retract what I said and pull out my glue book now because I don't want to be gluing on the actual strip now that it's mostly covered. Do I want that circle or do I want the words? I want all the words. It just shows up darker. So if you're inclined to throw these away, which sometimes I do, like I'm just going to be honest, sometimes I do because it can just get out of control. That's not wide enough. So I definitely say at times I do. That's the same piece. I'm just digging here. This is a little different. That actually fits right there, just in that hole I needed to cover. So I'm going to go ahead and put that whole square there. Just to fit in there. Okay, so we are now covered the whole way. I need you to roll, please. The whole way to here. I do feel like I need some maybe something right there. Is that off screen or are you gonna see that? You can see me just barely. I just feel it needs something a little bit right there to break up those two pieces. Okay. Okay, so then here now to here. I'm gonna go ahead and put that there. And it's really just getting the base set. Nothing has to be perfect. So I'll take this. I think I want that ripped edge up against that because it's already so, maybe, no, I want the words. If you can hear that banging, the neighbors behind me are building like their own like paved driveway thingy, so that's likely to keep happening. This here, I like that, but I'm gonna tear that. Just there's so not so much white there. I don't need it to be that wide. This is free to throw away. This is identical on both sides, so I'm just gonna pick a side. Put that right there. Okay, just moving along. I'll go ahead and rip this and put it there versus putting it back down. Some people like their collage roll. There's a little tear there from whenever I was just yanking on it, so this will reinforce that as well. But I started to say some people like it all very cut and clean edges. I don't really particularly need clean edges. I like the mix of the two. There's a piece of orange. This is already bent right here, so I'm going to go ahead and put that there. Okay. I have strip. Maybe I'll put that down along. That's dots and dots. Maybe I don't want to do that. This is sugarcane paper, so I could actually put that as a really big base and add more in. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And because that's wide open, there's nothing there yet. I'm just going to go the whole way down, right on top of here. This paper is pretty thin. This receipt paper is pretty thin, so I am going to add this here to come overlap that. Ugh, sorry, I was sitting on my foot and now it's gone to sleep. So you can come back in and stamp on this. I do have little pieces, just like one or two, that can be butterflies to add in. There's another piece of this. Again, I'm gonna tear this down. It's really for the color. My fingers are getting very sticky. Yeah, I like that there. And what I'm using is a glue book. I don't think I showed this. This is the inside of the books that I tear apart, so I use the inside too. I haven't done it yet. It's easier as I tear more of these pieces off, but I reuse this binding. Like as I get further, it gets thready, and I like that effect too. So I use that as pieces of embellishment on different things. So okay, I have a spot right there that needs something. I haven't used this yet. This is a piece of the digital that I use, so I think I'm just gonna add that right there. And it's Sweet Pea Curiosities is on Etsy. This is the shop that I got these from. I think I need a wipe. My fingers are getting so sticky. I have a few dry ones here, so I'm just re-wetting it and getting some of this off. Okay. So now we're covered to about here. And I think I'm gonna bring this in right here. I would like to put something under that and that be the top. So maybe what I'll do, start that there and put that over top. I can't tell if I'm using very much yet. It would look like it the way I keep running this roll, but not necessarily. Okay, what did I do with that? I actually have this one here, and I haven't used this one yet. So I might actually abort that and put this right here to the fold. And just like that. So there's a little bit of overlap there. Okay. This needs to be torn off. And see what I'm saying? The more I tear it, the more it starts to expose that spine, and then I can use that. Okay. Let's see here. And actually I'm gonna put to the side because I can use those colors somewhere else. So this needs a little glue right here, I can tell. Just the way that was. This I don't think I've used yet. So when I just tore that, because the white wick is inside or whatever that's called, I ripped it the wrong way. Now if I tear it that way, this is now on this side. So if you always tear towards you, you get rid of the, well, unless you turn the paper around. There we go. Now I don't have it on either side. I'm going to join those two edges together right there. Okay. This is a little different. I do have, actually, I'm pretty sure, like here, these are ones I've not used yet, and these are scraps too. So, do you see how that white wick or whatever that's called? I don't know what I'm just saying wick because I'm not really sure. I need to do that on this side because it was showing from where I tore it. I'm gonna put that there, but let me go ahead and put some neutrals in here. So put this big strip down the middle. And, oh, I really like that. But I don't want that at the bottom. I'm gonna want that more towards the top. So I'm gonna go ahead and tear this text. Go ahead and put that there. I might change my mind and put it on this side actually. Yeah. And then this, I need something to probably cover those joints, but I'm going to put, could I even do this here? No. I haven't done anything in that direction, so I don't think I can do that now. It doesn't look right. But I do have this, and I'm going to use that right there. I did not tear beforehand, but I'm going to just put that there. Again, to bring in some orange, and then because I did that, I think I'm okay putting that there. Somewhat of a puzzle, but just use what you have. Okay. Get a little bit more glue right there. It's actually got pretty long. Let me check what time I'm at. I do want to embellish this 18 minutes. All right. So I'm going to finish where I'm just going to go ahead and tear that off right there. And I'm going to finish the strip here that's left. I need something to hold that clip. There we go. And put that there. This is a little too blank right here, so. Oh, I see. I gotta tear that quickly. Okay. Now someone's out this side. We've been there before. It's always something. I think this piece within this color scheme of that right there would actually be a really nice pattern. So I'm gonna bring that down here. I'll bring this back a little bit. I'm gonna put it, no, I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna put it right there. Can you see one? Yep, you can. Oops. This is a little bit thicker, but of a book page, but I like that. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put that right there. I'm just coming back in now, almost for like a second layer, and I have not finished over here. You're right, I didn't. So let me put this at the end. Let's go ahead and finish this. I don't think I used this yet. It's a little too wide. So I'm gonna finish this out with that, which is like music page. Or what you would write music on anyway. So go ahead and put that here. I have this floating, so I'm actually gonna tear it in half. I like that it's a darker color too. I'm gonna put that there. This is just this piece is like a replica of book page, dictionary page, some type of page. Okay. I kind of like this scale here. And the font of these words. Rip that off. And that's going to finish this out. I think I like this side because there's more scale to it. Okay, oops. I'm so sticky. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. And then we have just trying to see what I have here that I didn't use that might be underneath. This is that's a piece of blue paper. What is it called? Wallpaper. That's what that is. Okay, I see this here. This is like from a kid's book. I just want to break up some of the dots there. Not all of it, but some of it. So actually what I think I'll do is maybe put that there. I'll put that up here at the end. Nope, too matchy. Too matchy. All right, let's bring it back down here then. Okay. And I'll just, that's too stripe-ish. Okay, we'll hold on to that. This is another piece of blue, different blue. I don't think I want to use it though. So I have to tear both sides because you can see where I tore the other side. So I'm just going to come in a little bit because I want to get rid of the white. And that's going to go right there. Okay, so we have covered all this. And I'm going to come down to the end here to about there, I think. Clip this and see this out of the corner of my eye. I think I want to use at least part of it. Oh, both sides are nice of that. I'm gonna go ahead and put this there, I think. Where did I say? I think right here. Like that. And maybe, so that's the same thing there. So I don't want to put it there. Maybe I'll hold that. Just digging. Maybe it's this I'll use. That was my chair. I wonder if this is really, I should have did this beforehand, but we're gonna try it. There, that gets it more like a strip. If that makes sense. And I'm gonna put it right here. Right there. Like that. I don't like this. There's like just a tiny gap right there, which I don't particularly like. So I'm going to do something there. Let me go ahead and tear this right here. So I have this strip here. So now I have two strips. I was on my foot again. Okay. Let's see. This is that imitation book page again. Imitation, replica. Too matchy. Too matchy. Okay, that's not gonna work. Maybe this. I do have a piece of this right here. Let's try this. Yeah, I'm gonna put that there just because the way this thins out and that little open spot is kind of annoying. Most of it will be covered. There we go. So we have these two. Thinking what we have left here. I do have two butterflies hanging around. There's this one and this one. Is this one here? Yes, so I have three butterflies. Okay. So let's see what we can do from here. And ouch. I have this piece of fabric that I used that's left over, so I'm going to just tear that. See if I like it. I'm not sure that I do. How about like this little thing of different color, different color, different texture. This block is disgusting. I'm very aware. Different textures. So maybe I'll just go ahead and end some of this. This is Tim Holtz Distress Ink and Vintage Photo. I'm just gonna just add some other layer to it. Okay, take that one off. I'm probably terribly off screen, so let's go up. Sorry. Okay, there's these dots, circle dots. These are all the ones that I just like to use to add a little texture to things. I have, which would show up better, is it, what is it called? Archival inks that are much darker, but they're not right here. Just black, and with this color combo, I don't really want to use black, so. Well, maybe I'll just fib a little bit. Because maybe these dark lines will show up good. Let me stick this underneath here. Yeah, I just want it coming off. There we go. Definitely not making it perfect. What else do we have here? This is like a little label-y thing. Oh, that one really shows up. Okay. It's probably just the better quality of the stamp too. Okay. I think I want to put one more of these going off the top of this. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Any other type of texture? There's these little dotty things. I wonder if this is going to show up as dark as I want it to. Guess it depends what paper you're putting it on as well. Okay, so there we've added a little bit more texture to those. Let's get this stuff out of the way. Close up these inks. The glue stick is hanging open. Where's the lid? It's way too expensive to be doing that. All right, so I have I think I'm going to tear this one here. And maybe cut this down a little bit more. Just so it's messy. And we will tiny attach that on there. The center. So there's that little like cluster. This one, let me go ahead and cut this one out. I do cut their antennas off. That's just something I do. Some people keep it. Also, whenever I'm fussy cutting, I'm just like not being perfect about this. I don't think that's necessary. Okay. So, let's see. I do like that one there. Didn't I say I had 3? This one's a little taller, so I almost feel like I need a larger butterfly. Let me go ahead and tear this one. And this piece of fabric. Again, it's just adding texture. You could even use, I don't have any right now to dig out, but if you have threads from like cutting stuff off your sewing machine, you could round that around behind it. I want this to be a little smaller. There we go. So there's some, just from what I ripped off there. Let's see the placement of this. I think I want to break up those lines right there. So there's two. This one can go on here. I think I want it in that bare spot right there. So I'm gonna have to cut this out. Some of these butterflies are from Tina Shabby Dabby Doodah on Etsy, and some are from like public domains or free printables. And once they're free, I have no idea where they come from because I have a multitude. So usually the ones that I pay for are the ones that I remember. So I'm gonna put that there. I think I liked it better the other way. So there's that one, and let me grab a big butterfly because I think this one proportionally needs something a little bit bigger. And this is how I keep them. Like I cut them down, but don't completely fussy cut until I'm ready. And this book that I'm using is just scrapbook paper, and I punched holes. I sewed two. For some of them, I sewed 2 pages or sewed them inward, and then I just put vellum on. Some vellum pockets I glued, and then I got over that, and then I was sewing. Let's be correct. I was sewing, and then I moved beyond that. It was too much, and I just glued. But either way, it works. Okay. But that is my butterfly book. There's a little strippy here. Again, want that a little bit smaller. Just right there. I'm going to staple that. So there's this whole round, and I only used the blue and orange scraps. I didn't even use any of the other one, and these are the pieces that were decorated. And what I could do, can I reach it? What are we at? 39. Let me just grab something quick so I can show you. I have this basket of all different kinds. Oh, the floor's nice. All these different kinds of like laces and stuff. So I could use good scissors for that. I could, whoa. Have something like this then coming out from the side or the top. These ones are obviously a little shorter, so it could be like that. No, I don't think I would put it on the top. I mean, on the top this way is what I mean. But again, you can add. That one is wide, and there's other, like here's just a piece of white. There's these pom-pom things, so all different kinds of ideas, but yeah, and then I would just hot glue that on there. And I could even like ruffle it up. Let me get the tag topper, to which then I might go on top. So yeah, a bunch of different ideas. I just thought I'd come and do a little craft, use up some of my scraps, show you a little project. So have a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.